Hello out there in YouTube land, Nerd in Texoma, back with another video. Uh, what a day it's been. Get up this morning and I find that there's a slow drain on the battery. Something is not turning off in my car when I turn it off, so if it goes for more than, say, a day and a half without driving it somewhere, I come back the next day and the battery's dead. Thankfully, I do have a jump starter, but the jump starter doesn't hold a charge indefinitely, so I've got to really only charge the jump starter when I know I'm going to need it, which I don't know. Well, now I know, that over the weekends I'll need it because I don't have much of a social life. I pretty much get home and stay home on the weekends. Can't afford to do anything either, so So now I know that I'm going to have to do that because I unfortunately had to miss the day of work because when the car battery was dead, I was like, I'll just use the jump starter. And the jump starter was dead. So I had to wait for that to charge up to be able to start my car. Which, by the time I could start my car, it was light out because I go to work early in the morning. And I got confronted with the sight that my storage building behind my tiny house was broken into and burglarized. Yay! Whoever did it didn't cut the lock. No, they ripped the hasp in pieces with the lock still attached, which, wow. Then they ripped off one of the doors completely out of its hinges, got inside my storage unit, or storage building. It's not really a unit. It's a little storage building behind my tiny house that I'm renting here, and completely ransacked it. Stole a substantial amount of Transformer and Star Trek collectibles that I had stored back there, including some quite rare, quite pricey pre-Transformers Diaclone figures from Japan from the mid to late 70s, which are now damn near impossible to replace unless you want to spend $600 for a figure that's about roughly this size. I am not a happy camper, not having the best of days because of that, because of the burglary and theft. So yeah, of course, when I saw that, I contacted my local police department, who then informed me that I needed to actually call the sheriff because I don't live within the city limits. I'm in the county, So that's a call for the sheriff's department. So since they're patrolling the whole county, I had to wait for an available sheriff to come out here, look at things, take pictures, document the break-in and all that. Then I had to go and report it to my insurance company, since I thankfully do have rental insurance, and then go through the process of trying to make sense of what's left in the storage spot while still securing it, while trying to figure out what had been taken. Some things it was very easy to tell because I had things in certain specific locations in that storage unit, storage building, whatever you want to call it. So some things were very easy to determine that, hey, it's gone. Like some of those 45-year-old Transformers, or pre-Transformers. So, yeah, dealing with that, having to make a list of what the items were, having to try to track some of them down online, which, like I say, they're so old, they're so vintage, they're so rare, it's hard to find them. And having to compile a list of the pricing and all that, present that to my insurance. Let's just say it totaled up very, very, very quickly. And you see my co-star Spot back there. He's been helping to calm my nerves today because, like I said, I did have to miss the day of work dealing with all of that bull crap. I'm feeling extremely drained and tired. This is one of those disappointed in humanity type of days. I know not everybody's got a good heart. Some people are looking for a quick and easy come up, or whatever you want to call it. It's one of those days that you kind of want to throw up your hands and just give up on humanity as a whole, and just hit the flush on society and, flush away the contents of humanity and start over. I wish that this were a better, more happy, upbeat video. I feel like recently things have just been hitting kind of hard, hitting kind of wrong. And I've been, making some more of these kind of downer videos, and I do apologize for that, folks. But at the same time, I think it's important to be real. I'm not doing these videos necessarily for all the views and the likes and the Oh yes, I'm going to be the next big YouTuber and make my living on videos on YouTube. And I do these because, especially on the nerdy stuff, I like sharing with y'all out there, hey, check this out. This is really cool. I just found this, or I've had this for years, or, y'all need to check out this show. It's an older show, it's lesser known. Not many people have heard of it or remember it or something like that. Dig up this gem, something a little different. I like sharing, my viewpoints on certain things, like, I'm not going to get into like Trek culture and, the 82 things you missed in the latest episode of Picard. I'm not knocking them, they do a great job. I watch a bunch of different shows like that, but I don't want to do that all the time. Sometimes, yes, I'll pop up and be like, hey, the latest episode of this show just dropped. I just watched it. Did anybody else catch so-and-so doing this? I'll do that because to me it's just generally interesting. Like say the DVD reviews that I do it because it's either a movie or a show that I enjoyed. It's trying to help inform other people who might be in similar financial straits as I am, that don't have necessarily the big bucks to go to Target and go to Walmart and pay $20 a movie or something. Hey, check it out. I found these 5-year-old movies, 10-year-old movies that were blockbusters and awesome movies at Dollar Tree for $1.25 a piece, or found them at the local thrift store or pawn shop or something like that for 50 cents each. And check it out. You too can find this thing out there for cheap and be a nerd on the cheap. I enjoy sharing that with y'all. I enjoy encouraging y'all. But, like I said, I also feel that it's important to show that real life does happen. It's not, a neat little package that's tied up at the end of the hour-long episode of Quantum Leap, or the end of the 10-episode season arc in The Mandalorian, or Discovery, or Lower Decks, or The Boys. Real life can be nasty at times. All I can do is grieve for what was lost. Hopefully be able to replace some of what was lost, through the insurance settlement and all that. I do feel a sorrow and a sadness because some pretty cool shit got stolen. Or in my opinion, it was pretty cool shit that I looked forward to one day being able to share with y'all on this channel. And I'm not going to have the opportunity to do that anymore. Because a lot of this stuff I bought 20 years ago or more, when I had a little bit more spendable income, when imported items from Japan of the Transformer sense were a little bit more affordable, a little bit more commonplace. You know, at the time, I lived in Dallas, and there were at least two or three anime shops within about 15 to 20 miles of where I lived. Yeah, granted, that sounds like a little bit, but believe me, that was quite a bit. Yeah, and I enjoyed going to them, and, you know, I've always been more the Transformer fan than the general anime. There are a lot of anime that I do like, but I'd go to those stores specifically for finding Transformers. Like I said, I apologize for sighing so much. I apologize for being a little bit less than enthusiastic as I normally am. It's just one of those days. And like I said, all we can do is grieve, mourn for what was lost, from what was taken from you. But ultimately, you've got to pick yourself up, dust yourself off, get back out there on the trail, get back out there on the road. You know, it's okay to take time for yourself to deal with something like this, to feel down, to feel like absolute dog shit. You know, to want to kick and scream at everything in the world because, you know, how shitty is this that somebody feels like they should break into somebody else's property and take whatever the fuck they want. You know, pardon my language, but, you know, at this point, you know, y'all have heard me drop language bombs before. You know, I just don't understand some folks. I really don't. Hi, Balana. Yes, you've been helping me to feel better too. Yes. Yeah, Balana just hopped up here, and I don't know if y'all could hear her because I've got all sorts of heaters and fans to circulate the air because this is Texas. This is now supposed to be spring, but we're going backwards with the temperatures, and they've just been going crazy the past couple of weeks, so yeah. It's been a journey. We'll put it that way. But I hope y'all are doing good. I hope y'all never have to experience a violation like this. A violation of your safety, of your, you know, home bubble. You know, it definitely makes you feel uncomfortable where you should be the most at ease. All I can say is take care of yourselves, take all the precautions that you can, take care of others. Look out for your neighbors. If you see some weird shit going down around their place, you see somebody hanging out over there that you've never seen before, I'm not saying you have to necessarily confront them. You can take pictures of the odd person, the odd vehicle that you've never seen around there before. Keep them on your phone. If a week later you hear their house, their apartment, their property, their car has been broken into, you can then approach them and say, hey, about a week ago I saw this weird person hanging out around your shit that I've never seen in the area before. Share the picture with them. Say, hey, do you know who this is? Give them the opportunity then to, oh yeah, that's my brother Joe, or, no, I've never seen that dude before. He said he was hanging around my car. That'll give them something to go on. That'll give the police something to go on, and hopefully trying to track down, find, apprehend this negative person. I'm not saying be the nosy neighbor who, oh my gosh, Sue, did you see, Martha was over at James's house, and, yeah. No, I'm not saying be nosy like that. But we all, in our own home bubble, pretty much know what should be around, what shouldn't be around. I know my landlord's son lives on the property next door to mine. I know what his truck looks like. I know what it sounds like. I know which vehicles should be over there, at any given time. I might not know the exact vehicle, but hey, oh yeah, that little red car, I've seen it here before. It's okay. I've seen it here for like months. They come by and hang out for a couple days and then they go. Or, oh yeah, that green truck over there, that one should be here too. Yeah, that's cool. But then I also know if I'm going out to my car, hey, what's that blue van over there? I've never seen that before. And I can make a quick little mental note that if something strange goes down and he comes over and says, hey, this just happened over at my place. Have you seen any odd shit going on around there? Well, about 2 days ago I did see a blue van I've never seen before over on your property. I don't know who it is. I don't know if that's one of your friends. I didn't really get a good look at what it was, but it kind of looked like a Chevy to me, or something like that. Something that can help them narrow it down if shit does hit the fan. But just try to be good people. Try to help others. And I very much doubt anybody watching this right now steals other people's shit. But if you're the type to do that, stop that fucking crap right now. Stop taking from people what they've worked hard for. That's scum. That's trash. That's fucking garbage. I promise things will get better soon. I will be back to my more normal happier self. A little bit more upbeat. But I hope y'all will excuse me right now for being a little bit down in the dumps and taking some time to mourn what was taken from me. Like I said, hopefully next week's episodes you'll see a little change in the attitude. You know, I'll have some time to put this negativity behind me, put it in the past, and move on to better things. So, alright, y'all. It's been Nerd in Texoma. I apologize for being a bit of a downer, I guess you'd say. So, it is what it is. We take life as it is given to us, as an old 80s sitcom used to say. You take the good, you take the bad, and there you have the facts of life. Alright, y'all. See you next time. Nerd in Texoma out.